Hi guys, I'm here today to do my December weekly wrap-up, weeks 1 and 2. I read a total of 10 books in those 2 weeks, so I'm just going to talk to you about them. Also, before I start that, make sure to enter my giveaway, which I'll leave the link down below if you're interested. It closes Wednesday the 18th, so you have a few more days to enter. If you're interested, I'm giving away a signed canvas from Indies Fade Philly, and yeah, so the first book I read was Dr. Dave by Abby Knox. This was the first book by her that I've read. This was a Read Me Romance podcast. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This came out the first week of December, and I really enjoyed that. This follows Millie, who is a security guard at a mall at night. She works the graveyard shift, and Dave, who is a radio DJ that takes callers and stuff. And one night Millie called him, and it's kind of instant lovey, so if you're not a fan of that, I would not recommend, but I really enjoyed it. And then the next book was also the review romance for this week, and that's Adrian by Ella Fox and Rochelle Page. This is book 3 in the Love Under the Lights series. This also has an instant love feel, so if you're not a fan of instant love, I would not read. I gave this 3.5 out of 5 stars. This follows Casey, who is going to school, and on her spare time she walks dogs, and one day she yelled at a person when she saw one of her dogs she walks, and he turns out to be Adrian, who is an actor, and they have a relationship. I really liked it. 3 out of 5 stars. And then the next 2 books I'm going to mention, I had arts. So the first one is Home for Christmas by Macaulay Smeltzer. This is book 6 or 7 in the Willow Creek series. Number 6, yes. And this follows all 4 couples in the Willow Creek series. So you have Emma and Maddox, Remy and why can I ever say that? Matthias, Sadie and Ezra, and then Arden and Haynes. So this is told from the girls' point of view. So you get every chapter is from Emma, then Remy, then Sadie, and then Arden, and then it repeats. I really enjoyed it, and this just follows them coming home for Christmas after a tour, and it's their Christmas. They're doing Christmas traditions and stuff like that. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, really enjoyed it, and this actually came out on December 9th, but I did get an arc of it, and yes. And then the next book I got an arc of is Betting Him by Aurora Rose Reynolds. This is book 2 in How to Catch a Alpha series. This comes out next month, January. I got this from Net Gala. Is under the Read Now category. So I was really excited when I saw this and knew I had to read it right away because she's one of my favorite authors. And I really enjoyed this. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This follows Christy, who is a baker. She owns a bakery, and Gaston, who owns a few bars around town. And they meet one night at his club, but she didn't know it was his club. She had to go to the restroom, and the ladies' line was full, so she ends up using the guy's bathroom, and and then they have connection and they start a relationship, and I really enjoyed it. 5 out of 5 stars. And then the next 2 books, I was trying to finish Romanceopoly. I had 9 books left, challenges left to do in the beginning of December, and I was trying to finish as much as I could, but then I realized, you know what, I'm not going to, because the next 2 books I talk about are historical romances, and I'm not a fan of them. And I got these because they were through Romance, or the Audible Escape on package on Audible. So I listened to them, and they were okay. But the rest of the challenges I don't really care about. So I'm just going to start anew. 2020 is going to be good, and I'm going to try to finish those way early in the year. And yes. But anyways, the first one is The Autumn Bride by Annie Grace. This was the first book by her that I've read. This is the first book in the Chance Sister series. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. And this follows Abigail and Max. And yeah, I mean, it was a historical romance. I'm not a fan of historical romance, so I just would rather spend the rest of the year reading books I know that I will probably give 5 stars, as opposed to reading books that I would only give 3 stars. So, and then the next one I read was In Bed with a Highlander by Maya Banks. This was the first book by her that I've read. This is the first book in the, this is the first book in the Mick Cabe trilogy. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. This follows Marilyn and Edwin. This was a marriage of convenience story. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars and listened to this on Audible Escape. Those are all the ones that are on my Kindle. And now on to other books. So the first book I actually read in December was Falling Crest Family by Tijin. This was a reread, and this is book 2 in the Falling Crest High series. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I listened to this on audio. This picks up right where Falling Crest High takes off, and this just continue following the relationship of Sam and Mason. A lot of drama. These are really good, fast-paced, drama-filled books, so if you really like that, I highly recommend. I really like the audio too, and yeah. Then the next one was also a reread, and that's Tempting Tatum by Kaylee Ryan. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. The reason I read this one was because I was still trying to do the Romanceopoly, and the main guy, Blaze, is a firefighter, so that was one of the challenges. This follows Tatum, who just moves to a new place after her parents die in a car accident. She moves with her friend and her friend's fiance, and she then meets Blaze, who is a tattoo artist, and he is a volunteer firefighter because his dad is like the captain, and it's just their love story. I listened to this on audio, gave it 5 out of 5 stars, highly recommend. It's really cute and quick. And then the second one, the third book I read was Unwrapping Tatum, which is just a Christmas novella following Tatum and Blaze. And I gave this 5 out of 5 stars, and it's really cute, Christmassy book. And then the last book I read was Never Too Late by Macaulay Smeltzer. This also was a reread. This is book 2 in the Willow Creek series. This follows Remy and Matthias, who is Maddox's twin brother, and he is the lead singer of Willow Creek. This is a second chance romance. They were high school sweethearts, then something happened, and well, actually, before something happened, Remy had to move because her parents were moving, and they broke up, and then it's like 5 years later, and she's coming back to take care of her grandma, and yeah, I gave this 5 out of 5 stars, really enjoyed it, and highly recommend this series if you're into musician books or rock star books. It's really good. Last to Note is a YA book, and then the next 3 books are new adult. So highly recommend those. And those are all the books I read in the last 2 weeks. If you want a full review on any of these, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to. And what are some books you read? And I'll see you guys later. Bye.